Good morning, Cowboy Jim. I hope you are having a good day so far and a good night. And oh, I don't know what that noise was. Oh well. Yesterday I did I think 3 videos. Last one, I I become unsettled in my heart when I think of one and I watch 2 or 3 times a video that I've done, and if I don't like the tenor of it, if I don't like my heart attitude, I delete it, and I did yesterday, and and the rationale for that was this: I want I want to present myself to you uh, in the greatest of appreciation of your time, of your interest, with the greatest degree of respect. And I don't want to present myself as I am not, but I do want to present to you a reflection of what I hope will be socially acceptable. But perhaps more than that, I wish to present to you somewhat of a semblance of myself, taking into consideration that I'm not done. We used to say, "God's not finished with you yet," and and thankfully that's true. Or I wouldn't be here. And but I want to be fair in everything I do. Um, I want I want people to know that what you see with me is what you get, and so I just behave the way I do, which is the way I am. That in itself concerned me yesterday when I rewatched that video that I deleted, and and I think maybe it was 224. It doesn't matter. And I wanted to make certain that I do a couple things here. One, that you do not look upon me as an alarmist. I would that you look upon me as an alternative idea, an alternative resolution solution to the things that you and I see happening in the world. I am staggered by the ever changing COVID recommendations because I, I, I have been raised old school, and and by that I mean not just walking the quarter of a mile down to the school at the corner of the farm that I was boarded out at when I was 5 and met my friend Barry. Uh, not not that way, but I would that you look upon me, my ideas that I put forth, not with the thought that I am convinced that I am totally right and there is no solution to the issues we deal with on a daily basis that I haven't encompassed. Okay, I'm not that stupid. And I've said that 3 times lately. And perhaps if I do it a few more times, I'll actually convince myself that I am not stupid. But, anyways, oh, I'm kind of headed in that direction. but I do not wish to be looked upon as one who feels that my suggestions are the definitive uh, solutions to not only my problems, but the world's problems, your issues, whatever. And so I approach my videos with a certain degree of humility. And if I note something that I look upon as impolite on my part, thank God I can delete it. I have to be so very careful when I recall that young man who I think he was 34 at the time, and he was so filled with hate because I had screwed up his plans of uh, cleaning house and giving him all the stuff that my sons and grandsons were to inherit. Uh, uh, I don't know what God's plans are. He doesn't inform me about everything. He gives me a few clues here and there on a daily basis. It's kind of like a need to know. And evidently, he doesn't think that I need to know a year down the road. It's probably a good thing. Um, I can't remain as healthy as I am, um, given all the things that uh, we live in and all the fears that assail us and all that crap. But I'll tell you this I am going to live every day as though it were my last day. And I am going to crowd as much life into this day as I can. And I am going to hit the sack tonight, hopefully not too early and not too late and not reflective of my age either. And I am going to do everything I can uh, to honor you. You may not realize, um, on occasion I'll say I'm sure having a bad hair day, and I do. But I establish that by looking in the mirror in the morning and realizing with a purity uh, uh, who and what I am looking at in the mirror. And I walk away from that and I don't forget. I'm not inclined. Uh, there's a scripture, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And I concur with that. But I want everything that I do to, I have said this so many times, everything that I do at night to bear up with morning's light. And because it has to. I refuse to become depressed. I know our bodies every 2 years will reorganize themselves. And if I have suffered from depression, that will dispel, that will go away. The question is, how long is it going away for? And I hope it's a long time. Uh, but when I do my videos, I do them in such a manner that I try diligently to speak from where I'm at in light of where I hope to be. Got that? I think it works for me. I'm not telling you what will work for you. I don't know you. Um, but you know you quite a lot. And that's what I do on my videos. I get to know myself. And that young man who threatened me and independent grocers up here uh, just about last May, uh, shortly after I did my first video. Um, when I would do a video, I would say I did a video. I was wondering. I lived in the same house as the guy. Okay, I don't know what was up with God last year, but every time I went to every place to live except Tower Road, I spent a few days out there, 2 or 3, sleeping in my truck after uh, uh, yeah, I was informed that I wasn't wanted. Where that young man and another brother who changed so diametrically. I don't know. I don't know why people change. I don't know how a person can say, I love you today and turn out to hate you or not even want to be around you tomorrow. I had the privilege of telling a lady some time ago um, that I loved her. And it was because I did. And, and we have hardly spoken. And I mean, I have never even held the lady's hand. But I knew, I knew my heart well enough to recognize that love is, it's there. And if it is there, should it go away at the first adversity that you encounter? No. Um, my attitude is critical for me. That young man in independent grocers, I had a hard time with that boy. I had a hard time with him every time I turned around because I didn't understand what his motives were. I didn't understand why. Why does he say what he says? And because I don't look, um, I have not previously looked at everyone to ascertain and question their motivation. Unfortunately, when you experience, like that day, he said, he walked up behind me and he said, if you dare tell anyone what I have done to you, that's an admission. If you dare tell anyone what I have done to you, I will have you know that there will be serious consequences. And there are serious consequences to everything that we do. Every word that I speak, there are consequences to it. You who watch, I so appreciate your watching. You have no idea. But you assess and you judge. And there is a place for judging, ascertaining the value of what someone is saying to you or what someone is doing to you and or how they're doing it. And to assess why do you think people would say that? Why do you think people would question who and what you are? Well, that's our nature. I tell people all the time, I won't judge you, and I won't. I won't judge what you've done because I don't know where you were in your mind when you were doing. I don't know the calamities that you were dealing with, addressing. I don't know. How could I know? I paint that picture of that lady. It's a picture, but it's a reflection of my heart concern. That lady sitting in the corner, in a crowded room, all alone, in my opinion, because I have sat in a corner in my mind in a crowded room, and I was all alone. And trust me, I was crowded, but I was alone because that was where I was in my mind. That was where I was capable of retaining hope to live, hope that tomorrow will be better than today. Well, I've had some days this past year where that hope was not challenged at all because the day that I had gone through had been so bad. I mean, so bad. I went from Tower Road sleeping in my truck to being given a room with a good man. I believed he was a good man. And you don't know who you are dealing with until you're just about done dealing with them. And that's just the way it is. So I hope that in my caution of presenting myself and assessing my heart motivation in the words that I speak, in the purity that I try to share with you, it is my sincere hope and prayer that you see something that would prompt you to watch again. I don't want to be an alarmist. I don't want to scare you. In everything, it's kind of like when I corrected my kids when they were young, my two sons. I would correct them, but then I would give them some hope. I would compliment them. I tried to correct compliment perhaps before correct and compliment again to give some hope. That's what I want to do, is to give you some hope. Our COVID situation is not a hopeless situation. It is a situation that is used by people whose game plans are perhaps different than ours. And it's kind of like a herd of sheep. You're trying to direct them because you're the shepherd. And you're trying to hopefully protect them. But I don't know nowadays with the misinformation that is perpetrated on us, that is so scientifically wrong for me. It's up to you to ascertain your thought on all that sort of thing. But it seems like one mask isn't enough, so wear two. Get your shots. I have mine. Get your boosters. I'm not getting a booster. I don't care. If the bloody stuff hasn't worked with 2 shots, it sure as hell probably isn't going to work with 22 more boosters. But I'll tell you, the company that's selling those, they're making bucks. They say Fauci, that wonderful guy that puts forth the idea, he wears 2 masks in front of a camera where there's probably no one within 20 feet, maybe, well, definitely 2 meters. And he puts forth the idea, hey, you can go to bed with anyone, just wear a mask. Well, not while you're in bed. What a dumb thing to say. Well, so our drug companies have made a good dollar. Fauci made just under $2 million, I think, in 2020. Appointed leaders like that, their financial situations are supposed to be very evident for us to look at. His were a little clouded. But I guess if I had made $2 million or almost $2 million sitting behind two masks telling you, oh, COVID's going to get you. Well, it very well may. And I tell you, I don't care. If a bloody virus is going to rule my life, well, then I don't have much of a life. If fear is going to rule my life, your life, then we don't have much of a life. Children, you know, I'm always encouraging you to consider God. God bless you. God bless.